Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Raiders to Win again this Friday night. We come to you with a special. We're doing Turffontein and Kenilworth. And the reason we're doing Kenilworth is because Daryn Burroughs has got his first horse running on Saturday. And word is out that it can't lose. So, Daryn, from the horse's mouth, how does it feel?
It feels amazing. I'm going to the course. Yeah, it is my first horse. We're expecting a good run. We know he's going to come on from the run and he'll enjoy the sting out the ground. The quality of the field isn't great, but there is an odds-on shot in the race. But we're trying.
Okay, well, that's excellent. So tell me then, that's in the second race, Active Thunder. It's in your dad's colours. You continue with the family's colours, which is great. And word from the stable is they're strong, right?
Well, they're expecting a nice run. We'll be happy if he finishes in the first three, but he's not without a winning chance.
Okay, brilliant. Well, now we're going to go into Turffontein very quickly, and we'll come to Kenilworth in a moment, or in a few moments once we've had a look. Here's the fourth race on the card, the pick six, and have a look at the market quickly. Where Motown Magic is 17 to 20 odds on this horse here, Darryl Maree, number 11. And then I see there are a couple of first timers, which maybe you can tell us about. And the question, I guess, safe to banker in the pick six, number 11.
Yeah, Clyde, this race no doubt lies between the 2-year-olds taking on the older horses. The older horses have got very moderate form, so you can be confident with the banking number 11, because I think his only dangers lie between the unraced horses in the 12 and the 13. The 12 Platinum Skies, a half-brother to Princess Kala, and she's top class. Multiple Grade 1 winning, placed filly, contested the Mets, Grade 2 winner. So if he's got any sort of ability like his half-sister, he'll be fighting at the finish. And then the 13 Slings and Arrows, we saw his half-sister won yesterday at Turffontein, trained by Mike the Cock, called Archer's Girl. The dam was very, very good, won 7 races, but the race is definitely the 11s to lose over Motown Magic. The form was franked during the week when Laird of Breeden ran second, who finished 2.5 lengths behind Motown Magic. So he's going to come on leaps and bounds and is a confident pick six bank in the first leg.
Okay, so that's a solid choice, number 11. Daryn, you on the same page? Are you happy with that summary?
Exactly on the same page. Very good debut. He stayed on strongly late. He was a bit outpaced, and he'll enjoy the 1160, a definite banker in the pick six.
Okay, so definite banker in the pick six as far as the first leg of the pick six is concerned, as we go on to race number 5 on the card now and have a look at the markets over there. So let's chat about the market, guys, over here, where Siren of Greece is 12 to 10 favourite. Joint favourite, by the way, with Dance About the Sun. Darryl, what do you make of the race? Is it those two, or is there more in there?
No, just those two suffice for the pick six of year, Clyde. Siren of Greece, very disappointing that she hasn't won a maiden yet. Costly to follow, and her form lines haven't really been franked. 7 runners, 6 of them unplaced. So that's a concern, but she should have gone closer to winning her last lot. Some might say she was very unlucky, but she's a leading light of the year with number 7, Dance About the Sun, who no doubt is going to improve from that debut. The form lines really stood up. We saw Say When record a hat-trick. We've seen Golden Spoon, who ran 3rd in that form line, win 2 starts to another 2 races. Yeah. And Bright Eyed Girl, who ran 4th, has also won subsequently since then. So the form line of the 7 is no doubt stronger.
Solid.
But now she does go the ground for the first time. On a dam start, she'll stay all day. But the race lies between those two. The one's got more racing experience. The 7's got more scope.
Okay, Daryn, how do you see it?
I also see it as a 2-horse race. I couldn't really split them. Siren of Greece, she is overdue. Her last start, she was staying on strongly, and her maiden win's not far away. Yeah. Dance About the Sun, they're going the 1,800-meter trip. She's bred to go even further. So they've obviously put the blinkers on very early on in her career. Maybe she's a bit sluggish, and just to tighten her up a little bit or wake her up a little bit. I do believe she'll be competitive, her form line standing up. So between those two.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, Siren's Call, you remember Sean Terry trained her too. That was a decent sort. So, and I'm surprised she's still a maiden, but she does seem to be bumping a really good horse in the Mike de Kock horse. So perhaps down to those two. From a pick six perspective, have we gone a bit wider?
No, only the 2 of them.
Just a 2-horse race. Okay. Well, let's from there, let's go on to the first leg of the sixth race on the card, where number 9, Apollo 11, is at 3-1, 5, Jumeirah Gold, 33-10, and 2 Twin Turbos at 4-1, 7-1 and better about the others. So Apollo 11 at the moment, Darryl is dominating the market, is top of the boards.
Yeah, Clyde, he showed good eye-catching improvements in his next start when he was tired of the ground. And if he can build on that effort, he's definitely one for the shortlist of the year. Just behind him was number 3, Barometer, and Barometer actually moved up to challenge him. And maybe the drop in distance will favor Barometer more than it will favor Apollo 11. But Barometer's fairly exposed, and the other one's got much more scope for improvements. Then you got the likes of number 5, Jumeirah Gold. He improved as a gelding. He's going to strip fitter. The dam won over 1800, so he should appreciate the step up in trip. And we saw Duke of Sussex won from that form line, so that's been franked. And then Twin Turbo has been rested and gelded. Below par effort in the work riders with blinkers on. But on best form, he can certainly be included over here. I think the race lies between those 4. And those are the ones I'll be focusing on in the trifectas and quartets.
Okay. Daryn, is there any special horse in there?
We've included a horse like Immeasurable. He's run 5 lengths off Captain of Stealth, 2 lengths Rock the Globe, 3 lengths Got the Green Light, and he's been rested in between. He's obviously got problems, and Lyle is opting to ride the Stable Companion. So we've thrown in a couple. Twin Turbo, I think, is going to improve after the gelding, not striding out last time out. And a horse like Apollo 11 can't be ignored. We have gone quite wide. It's a pretty open race.
Okay, we're going to go from there then on to the 7th race on the card. Let's have a look at what the market determines here for you guys. And number 2, Shango, is the favorite at 16-10. 1 Pack Leaders 2-1. 4 Flying Carpet is 7-2. Number 3, Bingwa, is at 15-4. Can we get away with Shango, Darryl?
Clyde, I think this is a stepping stone towards the July. I think he's not going to be near peak fitness of a year. I think Sean's building him up slowly, but I'm sure he's also hoping to qualify him with as low as weight as possible. But there's no doubt he's going to strip fit and he's going to enjoy the extra furlong. But just on his last start, he is held by Pack Leader. He's only half a kilogram better off. But in saying that, Pack Leader's reported to have respiratory noises in a couple of his last few starts, and I don't know if the step up in trip will favor him. Then you got the likes of the 3-year-olds Bingwa and Flying Carpet. Now they only finished 2 lengths and 4 lengths respectively behind a horse called Second Base, who came out and ran an absolute cracker in the Premier's Champions Challenge. So I'm happy putting all 4 because I think all 4 have got some negatives. The one Pack Leader going the extra with the respiratory noises. Shango, second run after rest, got bigger fish to fry. And then Bingwa and Flying Carpet have had fairly tough campaigns. So they've all got negatives. I'm throwing in all 4 just to get through this leg of the pick 6. If I had to stick my neck out, I'd probably go with Flying Carpet because I think they're going to go handier with him. And he's run his best races when he's allowed to stride up front.
Yeah. That's interesting because, as you said, there are a few anomalies in here. And I mean, 3-year-olds, I prefer Bingwa of the 2, but I think he's quite a decent sort. Daryn, what do you, I mean, how do you, I understand Shango's got his challenges and progressing towards trying to make sure that all's good for the July. What do we do here?
We're going 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the pick 6. I am leaning towards Shango. I think he's going to improve 5 lengths from that last run. He needed that run badly. I know it is his second run back, but I do see him improving a couple of lengths, and he is the class horse in the race. And the 3-year-olds, a couple of lengths off Malmus, both of them, there's not much between Flying Carpet and Bingwa. They should finish very close together. And Pack Leader, who has been very disappointing, we have included as well.
Okay. All right, well, let's go on to the final leg of the jackpot now, which will show the greens is 28-10, number 5. 2 True Charm is 33-10. 1 Verena is 4-1. 9-2 about number 6 Muleta. I know one of you guys fancy Muleta in right up front. 3 Winter Watch is 13-2 and 10-1 and better about the others. So Darryl, let's go back to you, leading Joburg. Greens favorite, would that market be correct?
I think it is correct, Clyde. I actually think the race lies between Greens and Muleta. I'm very surprised to see Verena shorter than Muleta because If you go back to that run on the 29th, I think, of December, Muletta's 11.5 kilograms better off for a length and a half beating. Now, surely.
Is Darryl still with us? Are you there, Daryn? Daryn, you there? Daryn, you there? So we might have a bit of an issue with the guys. I'm sure they'll rejoin us now and just talk.
The pick six.
Okay. All right. Darryl, let me go back to Daryn. I had a bit of an issue with my Wi-Fi on my side. I just want to check that we didn't lose any connection whilst you guys.
It's all 100%.
All...
So going back to race 8 on the card, Muletta is my value bet on the card. Like Darryl said, she's 11.5 kilos better off with Verena for a length and a half. And I'm putting a line through her last run. She was down the inside of the track. They were all winning down the stand side, and she was just very flat on the inside. So Muletta, a narrow first choice over greens, Winter Watch, and True Charm. Okay.
The 9th race on the card, naturally the final leg of the pick six. Now, this does seem to be one of the more difficult races, I would have thought. What's your take on the final leg of the pick six, Darryl?
Yeah, Clyde, I've hopefully waited for last for the best over here. My value bet comes up in the race number 9, and that lies with number 7, Master and Man. But you have to go back to his penultimate run for that, and I'll tell you why. He actually holds Ushuaia, who's the 4-to-1 favorite. He's 8 kilograms better off for a 2-length beating. And I'm willing to choose his last start because they absolutely crawled on the inside track of a 2000 and they just out-sprinted him. So back on the stand side track, it's going to be more suitable. And with 50 kgs to shoulder, I believe he's the value bet on the card. But it's a very, very wide open race this over here. I think we've gone field in this leg. But I'll be more than happy to see the 7 come out tops because he is at a decent price. And with us going field, we're looking for the roughie in this leg.
Okay, well, that's interesting because you could go a bit of Muletta and Master and Man in terms of place doubles, etc. The last double, right, Daryn?
Yes, lovely place double. And there is 4 places in the last race. Master and Man and Lord Melbourne, that's where I see the value in the race. If you go on a line of form with Captain Chorus, Master and Man 6 kilos better off. Lord Melbourne's also 6 kilos better off. I do believe that they are the value in the race. I'm not sure what price Lord Melbourne is, but
number 5 on the card. It must be any price. Yeah. Yes,
and Master and Man and Ushuaia 54 kilos. He is progressive. I do believe he'll be competitive. So that's where the value is. Lord Melbourne, Master and Man, and Ushuaia.
Okay, well, that's they bet 4-to-1 the field, as you can see in the final leg of the pick six. That takes care of Turffontein now. So what I thought we'd do, instead of going to the Turffontein pick six right now, is maybe let's get into the Kenilworth card quickly and have a look at the market there. Daryn, you can help us with this as well. I mean, that's where you're based and where you live, and you can give us some inside information, if you want to call it that, as to what's going on in the Cape. Firstly, how's the weather in Cape Town?
It's been raining the last couple of days, but it's been just a drizzle today. And I think it's going to clear up tomorrow. I do believe this thing will be out the ground. The track might be soft. And but I have looked into that when I studied the cards. So
okay, well
I'll
done.
hopefully point the guys into the right direction.
Well, that's why they're professional, you guys are. You look at all of these things when you analyze form. Okay, so it may well be a softish track. So tell me about this race where Razzle Dazzle is at 11-10 and Daughter of Zeus is the second choice at 17-10, being the opening leg of the pick six. Is it a 2-horse race?
It is a 2-horse race, but I believe Razzle Dazzle will take a lot of beating. She did try the mile in her second start. I think she wasn't mature enough to try the mile yet. She was a bit one-paced. She was brought back to the 1,400-meter trip, and she was staying on steadily all the way to the line. On pedigrees, the mile's going to suit her down to the ground, and I think she's more progressive than Daughter of Zeus. So Razzle Dazzle was a possible banker but we have thrown the 2 into the pick 6 just to be safe.
Okay, Darryl, whilst you're summarising, just to tell you, the pen at Kenilworth is at 26. They've got the going down as good, so if it no more rain, it may stay that way. Darryl, what's your take on the opening leg?
I see it the exact same way. I think she finished 4 lengths clear of the 3rd place runner last time out, so she did stay on Starkey, and she was putting a distance between her and the rest of them. Definitely the horse to beat, but it will be no surprise to see Daughter of Zeus win, so we back them up in the pick 6. Razzle Dazzle them, it's got more scope for improvement. Let's go with her as our first pick.
Okay, I was just having a look at the pen reading at Turffontein as well, just so that you guys are aware. The pen reading there is 21, so that should be a firm enough track. Okay, well, we've summarised first leg of the pick 6. Then let's go on to the second leg of the pick 6, race number 4 at Kenilworth now, and obviously we'll have a look at that market there, and you guys can take us through that. As far as the interbet prices are concerned, because that's what we use, as you know, and they currently show number 1 Belpunto at 28 to 10. 13 Winter Royale is 9 to 2, and number 4 Buffalo Thorn is at 5 to 1. The 3 horse Smile at the Sunset is 6 to 1, and then number 7 A Good Year is at 8 to 1. Now the reason why I used this slide is because I haven't looked subsequently to this, and this was about an hour ago in terms of market moves, but there's been a move for this horse 5 Excelsior, just so that you know, from 12 to 1 into 8 to 1. Not much movement, but there has been some sort of action, Darren, for this number 5 Excelsior in race 4.
Yes, Excelsior, last time out, there was a couple of people told me that he's got a big chance and he's very progressive. He ran 4 lengths off Jamala. I think he's got the come-on look about him, and he'll improve over the mile. So we can't exclude Excelsior. Buffalo Thorn, he's going to enjoy the step up to 1,600 meters. He's had 3 1,200-meter sprints. He's a flower alley out of a Desus mare, and I believe he'll be competitive. Belpunto drops in trip. He's drawn 13, but he runs with speed in his last 2 starts, so he's going to try and overcome the draw. And another horse to consider, A Good Year, wasn't far behind Belpunto last time out and should be competitive. Of the rest, the first time a Winter Royale, I see he's at 9 to 2. I'm not sure if there's any money for him, but he's got a 1 draw. We haven't included him into the pick 6 as we've only put the race horses in.
Yeah, okay. So sounding quite hard. Darryl, what's your take?
My take's another pick 6 banker in my personal pick 6, Clyde. I'm banking Razzle Dazzle him, and I'm banking Buffalo Thorn. He's my value bets on the card. He had bend experience last time out. He was staying on Starkey, and I think now that he's stepping up in trip, he's going to take a power of beating. That form line, Jamala ran second, came out to win from that form line. So it has been franked. I think he's got a lot of scope for improvement. For me, I'm taking a big gamble. I'm going banker, Razzle Dazzle him, banker Buffalo Thorn in the first 2 legs of the pick 6.
Okay, well, there's a lot of confidence coming out of there. That's interesting. So we'll see how that goes. It's May that win. Race 5, Mozart Magic, number 2, 22 to 10. 5, Super Silvano is 7 to 2. 6, Icon Princess, 15 to 4. 5 to 1, number 4, Love Happiness. And then the 6 to 1 shot, number 1, Hoodoo Magic, Darren.
Yes, you know, I find this horse Super Silvano. He's been a little bit disappointing in the past, but he's run 3 lengths off in the Derby, half a length behind Katak, half a length Nexus, 2 lengths Golden Ducat. He's got solid form and he's been gelded. I think we're going to see a better horse now coming out fresh over the mile. I'll make Super Silvano a very hard horse to beat. Majestic Mozart, he's going to be running at them late. He does prefer further, but if the speed's on, he will be staying on. And another horse like Love Happens, a very good run in a progress plate when he beat Capoeira. He was actually badly in at the weights, and he still got up to win, and last time out wasn't disgraced. But Super Silvano, for me, my value bet on the card.
Okay, value 7 to 2 from Darren, Super Silvano. So we're getting the value from the boys. Darryl, are you also fancy a bit of Super Silvano here?
Now, Clyde, there's no doubt let's hope he's improved from the gelding, because he's never far off the best of his generation. But the race is a conditions race, and it favors the fillies and the mares, but they are held by Majestic Mozart in their last start. But one has to take notice of, yeah, I don't see much pace in the race. And a filly like or the mare like Icon Princess could possibly get at easy fractions up front, and she thrives in the wet conditions. So the race might be run to suit her. I respect her chances, and I think she could reverse that form with Majestic Mozart. But if Super Savannah's improved since the gelding and he doesn't need this run, he could be the one to beat.
Okay, so how many legs of the pick sixes have we covered now?
That's the third leg.
We've covered the first. So far in terms of the play, we're going, I would understand we're going light, and there's a possibility of getting away with the value in the third leg of the pick six as well.
Yes, we've gone quite a couple in the third leg. I have included Icon Princess. She's won 2 out of 3 in the soft, and her only run over the mile, she actually ran 7 lengths off in a grade 1. So we have included her as well. Okay,
well, that takes us to the next 3 legs now that the first 3 legs are behind us. And Brianna is 17-10. One Boomsa Daisy is at 3-1, and then 7-2 about Caribbean Sunset and Social Butterfly, who happen to be numbers 2 and 5 respectively. Darren, let me come to you. Tell us about Brianna.
Brianna, she's doing well at home. They are expecting a big run, and last time out, she was slow out the gates, and that cost her. But if you saw how she turned it on the final 300 meters, she was very unlucky to not remain unbeaten. So over the 1,000 at Kenilworth with the sting out the ground, I don't see that being a problem. This is my best bet on the card, Brianna. Adam Marcus and Grant van Niekerk in form. Brianna for me. To beat home Boomsa Daisy, unbeaten over the course and distance, and Caribbean Sunset also unbeaten over course and distance. But I do believe Brianna's got the edge.
So we're taking the double Active Thunder into Brianna, right?
Why not?
That's not a bad call. Darryl, banker Brianna, or what's the plan?
Personally, I think she's a banker too, Clyde. There's a winner from her last form line, and that is obviously Caribbean Sunset. And on her her last start, she actually holds Caribbean Sunset quite comfortably. I think she's better up the straight at this stage of her career. Although she picked up a £4 penalty in her last start, I think she's got a lot of scope for improvement, and she's got plenty more to offer. She is most certainly the one to beat over here.
Okay, that'll be interesting. So we'll work out the picks. You can see what you guys have come up with. Where we go to the second last leg, where number 5, Super Seri, is the 18-10 favourite. 3, Winter Fury is second choice at 3-1. Number 1, Glacier Gold, 5-1. 8, Noosa Princess, 15-2. And then Procrastination, number 4, is at 10-1. So, 10-1 and better about the others. Back to you, Darren, in your town. What do you do here? Second last leg of the pick six.
We have gone quite a few horses here, but if you look at the top of the boards, there's filly Super Seri. She is a 2-year-old in open company, but she's run off the likes of Gimme Dat and beaten African Rain last time out. There's been winners from that race, including African Rain, who came out and won impressively. And she could be the horse to beat, but being a 2-year-old in open company, we've decided to play wider. Horses like Glacier Gold, over the 1,000-meter trip, she stayed on to win. She's only been course and distance once for 1 win. And Winter Fury, good form behind her name, stable and jockey in form. We've also included Procrastination. Her best form is over the minimum trip. And others we've included are Forza Crowd and Noosa Princess. But Super Seri, the horse to beat over Winter Fury and Glacier Gold.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be 2-play where you go Super Seri or the field. It won't be the first 2-year-old that's won an open company, Darryl.
No.
No, Clark, but the game is a little bit sticky, so she's going to be tested over here. But like Darren touched on, the form line's very, very strong. Because Noosa Princess made plenty of improvements in her last start. So I've got my darts are still out over that form line. I think the race lies between the 1 and the 5.
Okay, and that'll take us to wrap it up, and then we'll take you guys into what's the final call as far as your exotics are concerned, and we'll have a look at that quickly and see what you guys have decided. But as far as the final leg of the pick six at Kenilworth Racecourse is concerned, let's take a look and show you the market going into that last leg, where 16-10, number 2, Bereave. The one horse, Giacomo Puccini, is at 33-10. 3 Somerset Magorm is at 6-1. 5 Captain 7-1. Then you got the 9 Doppiaro 8-1, and 10 Path of Choice is at 10-1. So 16-10 Bereave, final leg of the pick six. So far, so good in terms of your selections, where it seems like we've got a bit of a chance. So do we load up right at the back, Darren?
No, we're just going 1, 2, and 3. I do believe the race is between them. Starting with this horse Bereave, he won a cracker on debut. He came from a long way back and won by a neck. He followed it up running 2.5 lengths behind Jet Dark over the 1500-meter trip. And last time over the mile, he just got touched off by Triple Jet, giving him 5 kilos. It is his first run back after a couple of months. I do believe that he'll be competitive. And the stable do expect him to run in the first 3. So Bereave over Giacomo Puccini, very good last run. All About Al beat him that day. All About Al's very highly regarded in the Marcus stable. So Giacomo Puccini must go in from a 1 draw. And then we've thrown in Somerset Maugham. I do believe he'll be better over a mile plus, but we have thrown him in.
Okay. Darryl, same play?
Yeah, I think the market's wrong over here, Clyde. I think Maree is a little bit too short in the betting. He's returning, I think, from a 4-month layoff in the soft. He's going to have to be close to fit to give the 1 and the 3 a run for their money over here. For me, the value lies with the 3 Somerset Maugham. He's having his 3rd run after gelding. I think he's still underrated. He's ahead of the handicapper, and I think the sticking out the ground will suit him. And then the 1, Healthy Respect for the 1, I think he was a little bit unlucky last time. Grant Van Niekerk opted to go down the inside, the shortest way out, and Richard came outwards, and he got a little bit impeded, and he ended up further to the middle of the track than I think what he wanted. So the winner got away from him, and he was staying on smartly. I think he's just opted for the ride on the 1 because he's sponsored by the owner. So okay. I'm not too sure if it is the stable elect. For me, the value lies with the 3.
Somerset Maugham at 6-1. I don't think it'll be 6-1 for too much longer. Okay, well, that's a good preview of the Kenilworth meeting, and from that we'll take you to our selections. And now these are all of the selections for the day that we need to put up for you. That includes, of course, both Turffontein and the Kenilworth meeting as well. So let's do that. Let's get all of that market up for everybody, and we can take our viewers through it. We will start with the Saturday Turffontein pick 6, which is a 268 Rand per. Now, you'll notice we've gone field at the back, but there are quite a few scratchings. There are a couple of scratchings, so you can either put one or both in. It's just that if the tote favorite does win, you'll treble up in that pick 6. But there's a look at it. As you can see, confident about the first half of the pick 6, in that we're bankering the 11 in the first leg. That's Turffontein. Now, if I may take you to the Kenilworth meeting, which you'll notice is in red, and we'll just take a quick look at that. And there we go. In particular, I see we've steered away from not bankering Darren, your best bet of the pick 6, right? I see you've covered in the 1 leg.
Yes, we have, but you can take another perm and banker Brianna. I think the perm works out to 720 Rand full, but we're just playing safe because of the soft conditions.
Yeah, you said you were worried about a softer track, but if you go Brianna only, as you say, it's a 700 Rand perm, right?
Yes, 720 full.
So that would be the 4th leg, banker number 3, right? If you wanted to do that. Okay, so that's just for the viewers out there in case. Then we're going with Darryl. Take us your play of the day, Darryl.
Yeah, Clyde in Cape Town, Kenilworth. Our value bet on the card comes up in race 4, Buffalo Thorn. I think he's crying out for the extra trip. I'm just hoping Greg Sheen can get him to settle now that he's going the distance. And if he settles in running, I think he'll blow them away up the straight. Then back to Turffontein, another value bet on the card, Master of Man in the last race. I don't know if viewers want to take a little bit of a chance and bank, or possibly go Ushuaia and Master Man in a tighter pick 6 in the last leg, because I do believe with 50 kilograms to shoulder, I think now that he's on the stand side track and going in further in trip, he's racing fit. He could prove hard to pick back. He's my roughie in the pack and the value bet on the card on the Turffontein meeting.
Okay, and they're both nice prices. Let's go to you, Darren, your play of the day. Apart from your baby that's going to win the second race, of course.
My play of the day, Brianna, being the best bet on the card. I think she's very progressive. She's a very good filly, and I will be surprised if she gets beat. Value bet Super Silvano returning after the gelding. I'm expecting him to put another win under the belt. It's been a while. And Muleta, the value bet in Joburg. I'm hoping that she can bounce back to winning ways. Okay,
don't forget to join us every Friday night for the preview. This time we're previewing Kenilworth and Turffontein as a double header. We will, when it comes champion season, as it's now in full swing, preview the big six. We thought about the Greyville 1900, the Daily News, this big Scottsville Sprint Day, the big mile day at Greyville as well, and of course the July itself and Gold Cup. So we'll mix all of that as time comes our way. But thanks, Darren and Darryl. Thank you very much for all of your time. One guy's in Durban, the other guy's in Cape Town. How's the weather in Joburg, by the way, Darryl? It's warmed up a little bit.
No, very chilly today, Clyde, and I think tomorrow the forecast is only 18 degrees, but no rain, so the meeting will go ahead.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much, and all the best for the weekend.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ciao.